this morning was really nice. I went to a coffee shop with my friend Carly. Although I love making my coffee at home and I love my morning rituals here, it is really nice every once in a while to just go to a coffee shop from like 9 to 12:30 and just get a ton of work done there, and then be able to do a little vibe switch, go back home, make yourself some lunch, go pick up lunch, whatever it is that you do if you do work from home, and then like have a change of scenery. I'm wrapping up my work day right now, and tonight I'm going to my friend Clementine's birthday. Can I just tell you how wild this is? Neither of them are probably watching this video right now. One of my best childhood friends, her name is Clementine, a redhead, okay? Never had met another Clementine in my life. I moved to LA. I now have another really good friend named Clementine, also a redhead. What is going on? LA Clementine, it's her birthday, and we're going over to her house tonight. She's doing like a little sip and paint, which I'm really excited about. I think it'll be really fun. But before the day is over, I do want to buy her a cute little birthday card. So I'm gonna go do that right now. But this week has been such a good week, honestly, other than the fact that I started my period yesterday on the full moon and actually felt like I was gonna drop dead. I had a meeting yesterday morning and we both were on day 1 of our periods, and both were like, oh, I was gonna text you, but then like, and both of us were like, why didn't we just text each other that we were dying? But when I was leaving that meeting, I literally, shit you not, I sat in my car taking deep breaths because I was like zoning out and like getting dizzy from how bad my cramps were. It's such an awful thing how day 1 of my period just like wipes me from the face of the planet. And then it's just so silly because then the next day I'm like fine. Like I'm still crampy. Sorry, this is like, table's so wobbly, you know the drill. I'm still crampy, but it's not anything where I feel like I'm gonna have to be potentially resuscitated, you know? Is this focused? Can you see me? Also, sorry, I'm naked and afraid. I just finished a little workout. I've been having like a really good morning routine where I'm out of bed before 8, which I know is not like that early for people, but it's made a difference for me being up by like 7:30, 7:45. And then I have like a time block in my calendar. So nothing happens between 7 and 9 other than me getting up, maybe doing a little meditation, making myself some breakfast, drinking my greens, and reading a chapter of The Creative Act, which by the way, I've been doing for a minute now. I've been like microdosing The Creative Act, which is a book by Rick Rubin. If you follow me on Instagram, I post like little blurbs from the book often on my story. So check that out if that's interesting to you. I feel like I'm a little winded. I've been using this new workout app. It's called Obé Fitness. And that's how you say it. It's OBE with like a little acento over the E. I'm really into it, but you can really just tailor it to whatever type of workouts you want to do, whether you want to do Pilates, sculpt workouts, HIIT workouts, bar workouts, whatever. And there's like different personal trainers on there. It's been really fun. I literally just like stream it onto my TV. And so I've been doing that and I've really been enjoying it. So I just did a sculpt class. Now I'm gonna take a shower and quickly get ready because I'm so excited. Zoe and I are going to see Origin tonight in theaters. I am a very big Ava DuVernay fan. She is a remarkable and very powerful storyteller, and so I'm so excited to go see this new film. I've heard fantastic things, and it just came out in theaters, I think, over the weekend. So we immediately bought tickets, and we're gonna go see it tonight. And I'll probably whip up some leftovers before I leave because I'm on my cooking at home breakfast, lunch, and dinner grind. So that's the plan. Okay, I'm gonna take a shower now. Bye. Hi, good morning. I'm finally going to get my camera fixed today. It's Saturday, so we don't have an excuse. I'm also finally gonna go take a bunch of shit to a consignment store and sell a bunch of stuff because that has been sitting under my staircase. Let me just show you what this looks like. I'm really exposing myself here. This pile of stuff has just been sitting under my staircase. So like this is donation, and then these 3 bags right here, this is consignment, and then that is some of my boyfriend's stuff that I don't know if he wants to donate or wants to take to a consignment store. I think it's all donation, but I want to ask him. I don't know if I'm gonna boil in this sweater, which how cute, by the way. I got this sweater from Cezanne. It's like a little cardigan that also buttons, and it's so cute, and I'm obsessed with it, and I love this gray color, and it's also not itchy. which I love. It does shed a little bit. I've noticed that their sweaters do shed. I don't know if like with one dry clean session that would get better, but anyway. Also, I don't know what the fuck is going on with my skin, and it's starting to really piss me off because if you've been following me for a while, at least on Instagram, you know that when I got off birth control in 2020, my skin just went through a whole situation. Also, if I keep fidgeting, I'm fixing the tape on here. But anyway, my skin went through like a whole situation, and it's really been frustrating me. And I finally felt like I got it on track, and then I just didn't. And like, I don't know, I just haven't been able to find products that are working. Now I have this like wild rash going on in between my eyebrows that I obviously fucked with last night and like popped. So I don't know if that's a rash or like what, but that's happening. And then like under my eyes is kind of stinging, which makes me feel like I'm getting an eczema outbreak. I get very, very random eczema outbreaks under my eyes, but it only really happens when I'm like very stressed, and I'm not. So I don't know what's going on. And I have my best friend's wedding in 10 days. So this needs to fucking get handled. Okay, I need to stop whining. I'm gonna go run these errands. Oh, I also wanted to show you one thing before I ran off. I finally took my shoes to the cobbler. I got these shoes. They, by the way, have like a fold here, and it just like ruined a perfectly good pair of Gucci loafers. Promise. They're a pair of loafers that have an indent there that you are allowed to do that too. But anyway, this was my first gift to myself when I got my first paycheck at Condé Nast when I was working at Architectural Digest. And like, look how much wear these shoes have. But anyway, the whole front section was fucked. I used to wear these all the time to walk to work, and then I would change into heels when I got there. And this was like my congratulations, you have your first big girl job gift to myself, which was a wild purchase for somebody who was making not a lot of money. They've lasted. It's been, I got these shoes in 2018, so it's been a minute. But anyway, the front part of them were just like completely fucked. And I took them to a cobbler finally. I don't know why I hadn't done this sooner, and was like, fingers crossed, please for the love of God, fix these fucking shoes. And they did, for the most part. There's still like a little bit of a scuff, but they look so much better. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. Anyway, that's the tea. Wow, the light is so much better on this way. I'm so sorry. Today has already been such a weird and fucking triggering day, and it's not even noon. I don't have that much time to talk about it because I need to head out the door for an event, but we've already cried once. I now have an exciting event that I'm gonna go to. Cezanne is hosting a brunch. So we're just trying to figure out what coat to wear because it's been a bit of tease in LA. It's been freezing. And of course, the day that I'm like, let me wear my chic coat, because I've been wearing a coat every single day, but now I wanna wear like this leather coat. It's 70 degrees. I think I'm gonna wear it anyway because it's inside and it's for the plot. So this, we have two options. We have a trench or we have a leather coat. This trench is also from Cezanne. I don't think this looks right. I also think I need to get this in a larger size. I think I'm gonna do this one, which is from Missguided, and it's this gorgeous like plum color. What do we think? I feel like we should do this. Am I gonna probably suffocate? Yeah. Am I gonna do it anyway? Yeah. Okay, I need to head out the door. I will talk to you when I'm back. I think this is as good as we're gonna get, so I deeply apologize for this weird angle. Anyway, my camera is not, I need a tripod in this car. I got a new car recently and I definitely need a tripod. Let me turn the air off, because if not, it's too, everything's too low. Just left the Cezanne event. It was really nice and cute. I had to leave pretty quickly because I have another meeting in a couple of minutes actually, so I should probably wrap this up and go home. I guess I'll fill you in on my morning. So day started off weird. I woke up perfectly fine, in a good mood. Basically, let me preface. The last year and a half, I know I've gained weight. And it's been something that I've been dealing with. I've talked openly about getting off birth control and having PCOS and what that means for me and my body, and finding a great gynecologist that is willing to work with me, not being on any sort of hormonal birth control, and dealing with this naturally as possible with just food and supplements and all that sort of stuff. So my weight in terms of getting off the pill was sort of one thing where I gained a little bit of weight, but it wasn't intense, and it made me honestly feel like me. Like I finally felt in my own body. I finally felt comfortable in my own body, and we were good. I got into a relationship a year and a half ago, and listen, relationship weight happens. It means you're happy. It truly does. And I don't regret any of how I spent the last year and a half with my boyfriend in terms of like the way we were eating out a lot in the beginning and the sweets and the this and the that. Like, I don't regret any of that. And I don't even want to get into the specifics about stuff because it's just not the point and it's not helpful. What I will say is that over the last 6 months, this has been top of mind for me, just because it got to a point, I would say last Christmas, where I was just getting upset all of the time, because I think that's the peak of the weight that I had gained. And I just started to look in the mirror and I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel good. And it was no longer this like healthy relationship with food. And I didn't know how to deal with it, because I was really scared about dieting. I was really scared about any sort of restrictions around food. I was scared about like any super regimented workout routine, just because I have such a history of disordered eating and obsessively working out and doing all these things. So I was just honestly freaked out, because I didn't want to fall even a little bit back into that way of living. But I wasn't really ready to like do much about it. And I've sort of been having these like mini meltdowns throughout the last year, where I've just felt shitty and I've not felt good in my body, and I've wanted to see changes, but I've been too freaked out to make any of those changes. I would say really like the last 2 months, that mentality started to really shift, where I felt really empowered to start making changes. How many times can I say fucking making changes in this video? But I felt really empowered to start doing something about it, and felt empowered and trusted myself enough to know that I've got this and I'm not going to fall back into that disordered way of being. And I have a nice system of checks and balances around me, and I have a good support system around me, and I'm just a different person now than I was when I was in high school, or when I was in college, or even when I was living in New York. I really lost the plot, because I didn't even tell you the catalyst of what happened today. Point is, today I went to the gynecologist, and I hadn't gotten like a full physical in a while, and I guess the last time that they weighed me and did all of this stuff was like around 1.5 years ago. And basically, like, she told me the amount of weight, and I don't have a scale in my apartment. I have not had a scale in my apartment for years. And so I finally got like a number, and I got a number attached to how much weight I had gained. And that was just so triggering for me. She wasn't mean about it. She wasn't like, what the fuck are we doing here? She was just like, I just want to make sure that like it's not your hormones. It was basically her point, because she was like, relationship weight, like fantastic, love it. She's like, all of your like health metrics are fine. Like, you're fine. She was just like, I want to just make sure that we're tracking this, and if it keeps going up and it becomes like it's a hormonal thing, like we need to look into that, because that obviously happens with PCOS. And not obviously, a lot of people don't know what that is, but weight gain and things like that are oftentimes associated with PCOS symptoms. So she was coming from a place of like, let's just make sure this is not hormonal. If you were just eating too many donuts because you fell in love, like, got you, good for you, sister. So it wasn't even like a fucked up conversation, and she was so kind and nice about it. But I guess just finally attaching a number to what I knew, like that was my guesstimation anyway, but it just triggered something inside me, and I just had to sort of talk myself down after and be like, you are doing fantastic, you're doing great. The steps that I've been taking, especially over the last couple of months, in terms of my increase in movement, the choices in my diet that I'm making, like I feel good and I feel proud about all of those things, and I've been seeing changes, and that is what I need to focus on. I need to focus on the positive and the steps that I've taken to get towards my goal, not like the negative of, here's the number that you already knew, but like now a doctor told you, so it's like fucking with you even more. I feel like I just said a bunch of shit that was like not helpful and long-winded, but yeah, that was this morning. It just made me feel a little bit weird, but now I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm feeling empowered to keep going. All I've ever wanted in my life, to be honest, is consistency and sustainability when it comes to my exercise and habits, and I feel like I'm finally the closest I've ever been to achieving that sustainability and that consistency, and I feel really good about it. And I know that it has to be like a slower process for me, because that was the issue in the past, was I would just do like these crash diet scenarios where I would like give myself like a insane time frame, and then would just fall back into other things. And like, again, unhelpful to talk about specifics, but like, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of where I'm at, I'm proud of the mentality that I'm having through this and the way that I'm approaching it. And I guess I just wanted to share, because if any of you are going through a similar feeling where you're, taking steps to have a healthier lifestyle and to have a more sustainable and consistent healthy lifestyle that is not completely filled with restrictions, where you're still fucking enjoying your life and enjoying cooking and enjoying eating out with friends, and like just having more balance in that, because at the end of the day, like, guys, food is such a fucking joy that we deserve to indulge in and experience with all of our senses, and that is never going to stop for me, and I hope it doesn't for you. So again, if you are in a moment in your life similar to mine, where you're just like trying to figure out the balance of being okay with having goals that have to do with your body and not not letting that mean that you all of a sudden hate yourself or love yourself any less or are going to become extremely restrictive. It just is what it is. And sometimes I think I have to make things less deep. Work in progress. That's the update I felt like I just wanted to clue you in on. For somebody who has a mental health podcast and who prides himself on being very open and honest on the internet, in the event and hope that somebody listening could identify and it be helpful, it is difficult for me to talk about things that I am currently in this moment working through that I haven't like tied in a little bow and have this like perfect explanation for. And this is one of those things, but I'm gonna try something new and just share it in a way that is hopefully helpful. And if you feel me, I feel you too. We're in it together. We fucking got this. Life is beautiful. Food is beautiful. Movement is beautiful. All of those things should be loved and treated with respect and joy. Anyway, I'm sweating because for some reason it decided to be fucking 79 degrees in LA today. I did end up wearing the trench. It looked cute. It's in the back seat because we're sweating. Okay, I need to go home because I have a call soon and I need to turn the air on because it's hot as fuck in here. Hopefully some of that made sense. And if it didn't, sorry. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, comment, hit that subscribe button, and I hope you all are having an amazing day. No matter what time you're watching this, morning, noon, night, whatever, thank you for watching. Okay, I'm sweating. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.